Get ready to kickstart your journey to wellness with the ultimate guide in town. Welcome to Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Join us as we journey through the realms of natural healing, where ancient wisdom meets modern science. Prepare to be inspired by stories of transformation and triumph. With Doc Stone as your guide, discover the power of holistic living and the joy of reclaiming your health. Prepare for a whirlwind adventure through the world of holistic wellness. From fitness freaks to spiritual gurus, we've got something for everyone. So grab your sneakers, your yoga mat, or just your sense of curiosity, and let's dive headfirst into a world of wellness wonders. Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. Your path to a vibrant life starts now. Welcome, Wellness Warriors, to another empowering episode of Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone. I'm your host, Doc Stone, and today we're diving into the often misunderstood yet profoundly important world of your thyroid gland. This little butterfly-shaped gland in your neck holds immense power over your metabolism, energy, mood, and so much more. But when its delicate balance is disturbed, it can feel like your body is whispering, sometimes even shouting for help. Before we dive into this amazing topic, I do want to remind everybody that this show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose or treat any medical condition. And if you are suffering a medical condition, you are encouraged to reach out to your health practitioner. And we want to make sure that you do stay healthy. This show is brought to you by Aerostream TV Network. If you're looking to get your content, your show, or have a show on all of the major streaming platforms, we would be happy to talk to you about getting your show and your story out there in the airwaves. Also brought to you by our practice, Doc Stone's Natural Medicine and Wellness, where we help people to make wellness natural. You'll see on the ticker there, you can go to our website and get all of your functional medicine labs ordered directly to you, and we will start you on the journey to reclaiming your health. We do give all of our audience a fabulous way to get a 10% discount. Just use the coupon code Wellness Unleashed at checkout at the URL that you see on your screen now. Now, let's dive into this amazing topic of your thyroid gland. So today we're going to explore the most common thyroid disorders. This is a very, very common health issue seen across the population. It seems like thyroid disorders are exploding for a number of reasons. A lot of people suffer. They suffer for a very long time with unbalanced thyroid and the effects that it has on the body. So today, I think this is a great topic for us to dig into that's going to have a huge impact on a lot of people. One of the things that oftentimes people who suffer with thyroid conditions feel is that it's hopeless because they just keep going back to the doctor, not getting relief for their symptoms. The doctor just keeps giving them more and more medications, and they feel like they're on what we call the hamster wheel of sickness. Well, we want to help you to get off that. We want to show you holistic, natural, and alternative ways to be able to support your thyroid gland. But let's talk about some things and help you to get an understanding of what the role of the thyroid is and how some of these common disorders come about, what they might look like. And then we'll talk about some natural and alternative therapies that could possibly support you in your journey. So we're going to explore these disorders. I want to help you to understand their root causes, recognize their subtle and not so subtle signs, things that you may not even realize could be thyroid related, and most importantly, unleash a wealth of holistic natural medicine, herbal medicine, and alternative remedies to help you reclaim your vitality, because that's really what we're about here on the show, is helping you to live the most vital life that you possibly can. So your thyroid gland produces hormones, primarily T4, which is also called thyroxine, and T3, which is triiodonylthyronine, that regulate virtually every cell in your body. So virtually every cell in your body is touched by the thyroid hormones. Think of them as the orchestrators. If you're looking at an orchestra, they're the orchestrators of your metabolism. They set the pace for how your body uses energy. And when this orchestration goes awry, we typically see two main players emerge: hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism, both of which we're going to discuss today. So let's start with hypothyroidism, or an underactive thyroid. This is by far the most common thyroid disorder in the population, affecting nearly 5 out of 100 Americans aged 12 and older, with women being 5 to 8 times more likely to develop it, especially over the age of 60. So women, listen up. What we got in here is going to help you a lot. Though men do suffer from hypothyroidism, women suffer from it far more than men do. So let's talk about what causes hypothyroidism. So the leading causes in areas with adequate iodine consumption, like in the U.S., is Hashimoto's disease. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition where your immune system mistakenly attacks your thyroid gland. Other causes can include iodine deficiency, and this is more common globally than in the U.S. Inflammation of the thyroid, or thyroiditis is what it's called, congenital issues, and surgical removal of the thyroid. Obviously, if you've had your thyroid removed, it can't produce the thyroid hormones that your body needs. Radiation treatment, say for cancer, can also affect it, or there's some certain medications that can disrupt your thyroid gland and cause hypothyroidism. So let's talk about some signs and symptoms of hypothyroidism. What should you look for? What might be possible indicators that your thyroid is underactive? So I want you to imagine your body's systems slowing down to a crawl. You might experience persistent fatigue and low energy, unexplained weight gain, feeling cold all the time, even when others are comfortable, dry, thinning hair and skin, depressed mood, brain fog, and memory issues, constipation, slower than usual heart rate, heavy or irregular menstrual periods. All of these could be signs of an underactive thyroid. Hypothyroidism slows your body down. And because of that, you'll have these types of signs and symptoms that are associated with a slower metabolism. You can have unexplained weight gain, difficulty losing weight, because essentially what's happening with hypothyroidism is that your body's metabolism, its use of energy, is blocked or impeded, and so you're not burning the calories that you normally would just sitting there, right? So you gain weight. You're not getting the bowel movement that you would normally get. It's all slowed down, so you get the constipation. Your body just is not performing where it needs to. Now, let's look at the flip side: hyperthyroidism, or an overactive thyroid. This is less common, affecting only about 1% of the U.S. population. Again, though, with a higher prevalence in women. So the most common cause of hyperthyroidism is Graves' disease. It's another autoimmune disorder where the immune system stimulates the thyroid to produce too much hormone. Other causes can include hyperfunctioning thyroid nodules, excessive iodine intake, or thyroiditis, that inflammation of the thyroid, which can sometimes lead to a temporary hyperthyroid state before transitioning to hypothyroidism. So that thyroiditis oftentimes will lead to that hyperthyroidism for a temporary amount of time, but then eventually the thyroid will wear down. It will become underfunctioning, and you will go from hyperthyroidism to hypothyroidism. So, what are some signs and symptoms of the hyperthyroidism? So here your body systems are in overdrive. It's the flip side of hypothyroidism, where the body systems slow way down. Now your body systems are in overdrive, and you might notice some signs like restlessness, anxiety, and irritability. Unexplained weight loss despite an increased appetite. So you're eating more, but you're losing weight unexpectedly. And the reason is because you're now thyroid is increasing your metabolism, and you're burning those calories even when you're not necessarily doing activities or exercises. A rapid or irregular heartbeat or palpitations can be a sign of hyperthyroidism as well. Difficulty sleeping, again, because your body is amped up. Everything's in overdrive. Increased sweating and heat intolerance. You can't stand the heat as much. You could have thinning skin and brittle hair. You could have frequent bowel movements. As you can see, these signs and symptoms are the inverse of hypothyroidism. You can have irregular menstrual cycles or missed periods, and sometimes an enlarged thyroid gland known as goiter. And finally, we have thyroid nodules. So we're going to talk about this as well. These are abnormal lumps that form on the thyroid gland. These are quite common, with a significant percentage of the population having them. Some can be hyperfunctioning, leading to hyperthyroidism, or in rare cases, they can be cancerous. It's always important to have any lumps checked by a healthcare professional. So let's dig into some foundations for thyroid harmony. Understanding these conditions is the first step. The next is embracing a holistic approach to address the root causes and nurture your thyroid back to balance. We're always aiming in natural and holistic medicine to bring your body back into balance. All illness is really something getting out of balance inside of your body. So that's what we focus on. We want to help to bring your body into harmony so that your body can function and heal itself the way that it is designed to do. So natural medicine isn't about simply masking the symptoms like what conventional medicine does. We don't just treat the symptoms. It's about supporting your body's innate ability to heal. And guess what? Your doctor's not the master of your innate healing. You are. And we want to empower you to be able to bring your body back into balance. That's what we are all about on this show. So let's start with nutrition, fueling your thyroid. Listen, everything starts with diet. There's nothing that you can do. If your doctor, your healthcare practitioner is not talking to you about food as medicine for your body and for your condition, you need to run and find another doctor. This is the foundation of everything. Food is medicine, and nowhere is this truer than with your thyroid health. So prioritize nutrient-dense foods. Your thyroid needs a symphony of nutrients to function optimally. Again, balanced diet, rich in nutrients, whole foods is key to helping you with any type of health issue, but particularly with the thyroid. Focus on organic whole foods wherever possible. Iodine is essential for thyroid hormone production, but balance is the key. You can have too little, you can have too much. Too little or too much can be problematic. Good sources include seaweed like kelp in moderation, wild-caught fish, and eggs. Another important mineral for you is selenium. It's crucial for converting T4 to the active form T3 hormone. Brazil nuts, just 2 or 3 a day, wild-caught salmon, and sunflower seeds are excellent sources. You should be making sure that selenium, whether you have a thyroid issue or not, is a regular part of your diet. Zinc supports thyroid hormone production and conversion. So think pumpkin seeds, spinach, and lean protein. We know that zinc is a very important immune system booster for any type of condition, not just thyroids. You need to make sure that you're getting an adequate amount of zinc into your diet to help you not only with your thyroids, but to have a strong and healthy immune system. This is especially important considering that two of the major causes of improperly functioning thyroid are autoimmune conditions. So we want to make sure that we boost and strengthen your immune system. B vitamins, especially B12, are often deficient in those with hypothyroidism. It can help with energy and nerve function, found in legumes, peas, and some dairy. Folks, I'm gonna put it right out there. Even in your diet, it's almost impossible to get enough B vitamins. These are so crucial. In fact, having a deficiency of especially B12, even for a short amount of times, can lead to brain dysfunction, brain damage, whatnot like that. You should be supplementing with a high quality vitamin B complex. We will include a link in the show notes for you to be able to register your patient account with our dispensary, and you'll be able to get proven high quality B complex vitamins, as well as any other kind of a supplement as well. Be sure to check it out. You do get a 10% discount for registering your account with us. Vitamin D, low levels are linked to thyroid issues, immune issues, inflammation. So get some sunshine, consider a supplement. Almost everybody, especially if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, is deficient in vitamin D, and it plays such an important role in just about every function of your body. And so then we also want to try to make sure that we are aware of goitrogenic foods. So certain raw cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, and kale contain what are called goitrogens. They're compounds that can interfere with iodine absorption. However, the benefits of these vegetables usually outweigh the risks. So especially when cooked. Cooking significantly reduces their goitrogenic effect. If you have an existing thyroid condition, discuss raw consumption with a practitioner. In other words, don't go out there and eat tons of raw goitrogenic foods. If you already have a thyroid condition, you want to make sure that you talk with a practitioner first so that your iodine levels could possibly be monitored and we don't throw your thyroid function even worse, into a worse state than what it already is. All right, sorry, I had to get a drink there. All right, so gut health. We talk about gut health a lot because it really affects every part of your body, and the thyroid is no exception. Gut health is paramount to thyroid health. Did you know that your gut plays a huge role in thyroid health? A healthy gut microbiome is essential for converting T4 to T3. In other words, your microbiome inside your gut plays a role in the inactive T4 being converted to the active T3 that your body needs for metabolism and for proper immune function, especially autoimmune conditions. Folks, that's why we always start out with our clients with a gut test, mapping out your microbiome. Again, you can order that from the link in the show notes. You have it delivered directly to your home and educate yourself on what's happening at the microbiome level inside of your digestive system. So it's especially important in autoimmune conditions like Hashimoto's and Graves' disease. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of your gut. Probiotics and prebiotics incorporate fermented foods like kimchi, kefir, sauerkraut, and obviously consider a high quality probiotic supplement. I can't stress enough how important it is for you to know what's happening in your microbiome. The only way that you can do that is by testing, not guessing. And we want to make sure that you have the power of the knowledge of what's happening. Eliminate inflammatory foods. Yeah, there's foods that are more inflammatory than others. So for many with autoimmune thyroid conditions, gluten and dairy can be significant triggers, exacerbating inflammation and immune response in your body. So consider a trial elimination to see if your symptoms improve. Processed foods and excessive sugar also fuel inflammation. We also provide functional medicine labs to help you to identify whether or not you might be sensitive to gluten or wheat so that you actually have the knowledge to make those changes. Stress management, we've talked a lot about. We need to calm the storm within us, right? Chronic stress is a silent saboteur of thyroid health. Basically all your health stress sabotages. But when you're stressed, your adrenal glands pump out cortisol, which can disrupt thyroid hormone conversion, and it creates a cascade of imbalances. Generally, what we find is that an imbalance in one area eventually leads to imbalance of another area and leads to an imbalance of another area. So what happens is we end up being totally imbalanced and getting sicker and sicker. When we work on rebalancing those sections, we tend to find that our whole health gets better. So mindfulness and meditation, even 10 to 15 minutes a day, can make a profound difference. Consider things like yoga and Tai Chi. Gentle movement and breath work can calm the nervous system. It's amazing the peace that you can feel when you just make the effort to just sit and be. Not to think about anything, but you take those deep breaths. Start taking really deep breaths. Hold it. And then let it out. And as you do that, you begin to feel things actually change inside your body. Your nervous system will improve when you do that. Deep breathing exercises, like I said, they're simple. They're immediate relief for stress and anxiety. And then you want to prioritize sleep. Quality sleep is non-negotiable for hormone regulation and overall healing. You got to get the sleep. Work on the sleep hygiene. Turn those screens off. Dim the lights before, a half hour, an hour before bed. But really work on getting good quality sleep. Environmental toxins actually create a huge overload on our body, our immune system particularly, which can affect our thyroids. So our modern world exposes us to countless toxins that can negatively impact endocrine function, including your thyroid. We know that our bodies are exposed through cleaners, through makeup, through lotions, through plastics, through other stuff. We're exposed to these endocrine disrupting toxins that actually can throw not just your thyroid, but all of your hormones out of balance, including your estrogen and progesterone. That's why we work really hard to help people to clean up their homes, to use non-toxic cleaning chemicals. Be sure to message us if you want some more information on what we use in our home and what we recommend. But we definitely want to make sure that we're trying to lessen the load of toxins on our body. And if you think that part of your struggle might be with toxins, we do those toxin tests on people as well. So filter your water, reduce exposure to fluoride and chlorine, which can interfere with iodine. Yes, those chemicals that your water treatment facility is putting in your water are throwing your body into imbalance. We know it does, but yet we still keep drinking the water. Choose clean personal care products, opt for natural, chemical-free options. Again, if you need suggestions, feel free to message us. Reduce plastic use. Avoid heating food in plastic containers. Man, I think for the last month, I've seen multiple new research studies come out showing the accumulation, the bioaccumulation of microplastics in the human body. Folks, it's depositing in the front of your brain, which of course deals with our cognitive. It's being found largely in the male testicle, which is affecting our fertility rates. We got to begin to try to lessen the amount that our body has to struggle with. Again, you can't eliminate it completely, but get the knowledge so that you have the power to be able to lessen it. And then consider air purifiers, especially if you live in an urban environment. So let's talk about some herbal allies, alternative therapies that might be essential. So beyond foundational lifestyle changes, nature offers incredible support through a rich array of herbs. I love herbs and supplements. They are very powerful and they're great therapies for all kinds of different conditions. Always consult with a qualified holistic practitioner before introducing any new supplements or herbs, because there could be some contraindications. So especially if you're on medications, make sure that you get with a practitioner. So for hypothyroidism, supporting an underactive thyroid, ashwagandha, so this powerful adaptogen, we've talked about it lots, is a cornerstone of Ayurvedic medicine. It helps the body adapt to stress. It supports adrenal health and has shown promising results in some studies for improving thyroid function, particularly in subclinical hypothyroidism. It can help normalize thyroid hormone levels by reducing oxidative stress. Another good one is Bacopa monnieri, another Ayurvedic herb. It's known for cognitive support. Bacopa has also been shown in animal studies. There needs to be some human studies done, but in animal studies to stimulate thyroid function and protect against complications of hypothyroidism. Black cumin seed is a great antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It has demonstrated potential in improving thyroid status, especially in Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Of course, selenium supplements, we talked about a little bit, but if dietary intake isn't sufficient, selenium supplement under the guidance of a practitioner, don't just go out taking things willy-nilly, can support the conversion of T4 to T3. Brazil nuts are an excellent source, food source, but again, generally people cannot get enough from food alone. L-tyrosine, this is an amino acid. It's a building block for thyroid hormones. So again, if we can support the building blocks for the hormones, then we're supporting the hormones and the function in the whole body. It's not a direct cure, but it may support thyroid function and help with symptoms like fatigue. Another thing is bugleweed. This herb is traditionally used to help calm an overactive thyroid. It's believed to inhibit the effects of TSH, which is the thyroid stimulating hormones, and may help reduce thyroid hormone secretion. Lemon balm, it's a member of the mint family and can be used to calming properties and is often used to alleviate symptoms like anxiety, palpitations, and sleep disturbances associated with hypothyroidism. And it may inhibit TSH activity. So motherwort, another great herb. L-carnitine is another one that may help to block the action of thyroid hormones in the body. So it offers a supportive role in managing hyperthyroidism symptoms and avoid excessive iodine. Try not to get too much iodine. You want to have a balanced amount, especially if you do have hyperthyroidism. So for thyroid nodules, we want to take supportive approaches. So natural remedies may not shrink all the nodules. They can support overall thyroid health, though, and reduce inflammation. So an anti-inflammatory diet, selenium and vitamin D, stress management, acupuncture. Some individuals find acupuncture helpful in managing thyroid symptoms and promoting overall balance. Regular monitoring is important. It's crucial, actually, not just important, to regularly monitor thyroid nodules with your healthcare provider to ensure any changes are addressed promptly. So remember, holistic health is about creating an environment where your body can thrive. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making conscious choices that support your entire being. See, really, your health is your choice. The choice is yours. But it's hard to make the right choices if we don't first get the knowledge, which is what this show is about, and is what most of us holistic and naturopathic practitioners aim to do, to give you the power, to give you the knowledge so that you can make the choices to be able to support your entire being. So, if you suspect you have a thyroid imbalance, if you have any of those signs, symptoms that we talked about, the first step is always to get a proper diagnosis from a healthcare professional. Blood tests are crucial, and a holistic practitioner can often provide a more comprehensive evaluation than your conventional medical practitioner can, looking beyond just TSH to include free T3, free T4, and thyroid antibodies. If your doctor is only testing you for TSH, you are not going to get the whole picture of your thyroid health. It just doesn't work. That is why so many people stay on that sickness hamster wheel with thyroid conditions, because the only thing that's being looked at is the TSH. You need to get the functional medicine labs, which oftentimes include, or which should always include, the free T3, free T4, and the thyroid antibodies, because it gives you a much more complete picture of what's happening with the thyroid and the hormones in your body. So once you have a clear picture, you can begin to integrate natural approaches into your wellness journey. It's a partnership between you and your body and the wisdom of natural medicine. Be patient with yourself, listen to your body's signals, and celebrate every step towards greater health and vitality. Your thyroid is not just a gland. It's a vital part of your body's intricate system, a silent conductor of your energy and well-being. By nurturing it holistically, you can unleash your inner balance and live a life filled with energy, clarity, and vibrant health. Join us next time on Wellness Unleashed with Doc Stone as we continue our journey to optimal health, one natural step at a time. Until then, stay well, stay empowered, and keep